Even Mo Salah said to me after the game, I was surprised that that was a penalty. It was ridiculous, really ridiculous. And then we take our penalty. In the meeting they said, when the arm is extended of the body, it's penalty. The arm was extended of the body, so it was penalty. And then they say me nonsense saying it was a supporting arm. Well, who invents a supporting arm? The arm was extended and the ball hit his arm. It's a real penalty. For the rest,
South Africa were robbed. It was robbery. Join my live stream right now as we discuss it. How is that not a penalty? You stole from South Africa.
Well, we've seen yet another shambolic penalty decision. We saw one in the opening game when Brahim Diaz somehow got that pen. This one for me was even worse. I mean, look, Modou touches Salah's face. Not one Egypt player appeals for it. Salah obviously goes down because he's had his face touched. He gets up again. Then we're stopping the game for like 5 minutes. Then he's going to the monitor and then he's awarding it. He should never have even been sent to the monitor. Remember, VAR was implemented to overturn clear and obvious errors. This freeze frame looks bad, but the reality is he's touched his face, but it's not a foul. Now, let's be fair. Modou hasn't helped himself because he's given the referee a decision to make. He didn't need to do that. He'd got to the ball anyway, regardless of touching Salah's face. But if that's given as a penalty, you're going to see 2 or 3 penalties given a game. It's just a poor decision again from the official from Burundi. I'm sure CAF will be having words. We've got to get the top officials on the top games. This is the biggest game of the tournament so far. This Egypt-South Africa game. That, for me, was a hideous decision.
The game is fully done. I mean, what is going on? South Africa are getting robbed right now, blood, by VAR. I'm not even going to blame the referee on the pitch because, look, when you look at a still image, you're going to think penalty. All you see is a player and his hand happens to touch the face of Mohamed Salah. But if you're watching that game, like everyone who's watching this game, you understand this penalty decision was ridiculous. Mohamed Salah, first and foremost, gets bullied off the ball, yeah? Then the defender has control of the ball. And as he's running with the ball, you know how players do, try to just, use a bit of strength to keep the player behind you. It's what the player does. And his hand, yeah, makes a bit of contact with Salah's side of his face. Literally. Salah has no control of the ball. He's been muscled off the ball. There is absolutely 1,000,000% no penalty. Now, if you send the referee to the monitor to just have a look at whether the player's arm hit Salah's face. If you play the whole video to the referee prior to his hand making contact with Salah's face, there is no way the referee gives that penalty. There's no way. You understand? It's ridiculous. Mohamed Salah scored the penalty, yeah, went straight down the middle to give Egypt the 1-0 lead. And not long after, this guy here, yeah, Mohamed Hani, gets a second yellow, which of course you can see. It's a bad challenge. From the back of the player, around his ankle area, you get me, not winning any of the ball, picking up his second yellow, which means now Egypt are down to 10 men. So the second half should be interesting because it was a close matchup in the first half. You get me? Like, South Africa stayed compact. Egypt was struggling to break them down. But like I said, they got the goal.
You're telling me that this is a penalty, but this isn't? What the fuck? So Egypt won, South Africa 0, and the decisions in this game were absolutely horrendous. I mean, Mo Salah scores the winning penalty after this was given. And I understand, look, I understand it's a tap in the face. There is contact. But come on, if that's seriously a penalty, if we're now getting penalties for getting taps in the face, the game has never been more gone. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, if that's a penalty, this has to be given as well. No, not even a foul. How the fuck? He put his arm out to block the ball. He's no intention of playing the ball. He's used it to only use his arm. And yet it wasn't given. Like, South Africa have been well and truly robbed today. Egypt have had to be the luckiest team ever. It's typical Mo Salah. Gets away with having a disaster performance and somehow shithouses a goal. It's absolutely ridiculous. I mean, how? That's not a penalty. When his arm quite clearly blocks the ball, it's not in a natural position. Like, South Africa have been robbed.
One of the worst refereeing displays in AFCON history. The referee, you are a disgrace. Have some shame. What on earth was that performance today? South Africa today have been robbed. A penalty that was not a penalty. A handball that should have went their way. A corner that should have been right at the end. The referee today had no control. And today, South Africa have been robbed. Was it because of Mohamed Salah? Can we talk about that? Was the referee and the organization, are they trying to help Mohamed Salah win this game and maybe this tournament? Utterly disgraceful. South Africa will be hard done by. Did they do enough to win the game? I don't know. But for me, at least, yeah, that game should have been 1-1. A fair result should have been 1-1. Disgraceful, man. We cannot be seeing this level of refereeing in AFCON, bro. People are laughing at us. The world is watching. And this is the level of refereeing we're going to see?
What the heck was that? What the heck did I just watch? Egypt beat South Africa 1-0. They advanced to the knockout phase. Congratulations to them. But that never should have been the final score. This was daylight robbery. I thought the referees in the Premier League were bad. This was on a different level. South Africa didn't just get robbed. They got robbed in broad daylight. And everyone just stood there and watched. That's what happened today. That penalty on Mo Salah never should have been a penalty. Not in a million years. Madao only had eyes on the ball. That's all he was caring about. He didn't care about Mo Salah. And naturally, when you're a defender, which is something everyone's been saying for years and years and years, millions of times, when you're a defender, you tend to use your arms. Just a human being, you tend to use your arms when you run. So yes, sometimes your arm or your hand can land in someone's face accidentally. It wasn't on purpose. It's not like he intentionally wanted to hit Mo Salah in the face. The worst thing about this was that the ref actually got sent to the screen. He took extra long to have a look at that same action over and over and over again, and he gives the penalty. I mean, the ref had an absolute howler today. He had an absolute mare. But like I always say, the football never lies. The football gods never lie to us, you know. They will always tell the truth. And justice was served. Mohamed Hani makes a silly foul, picks up his second yellow, and he's sent off. And I don't know why he was complaining. I mean, you literally left your foot on someone else's foot when you were already on a yellow, and it was close to half time. So that tells me you weren't thinking straight. But then, the biggest mistake of them all today. I'm not even going to talk about the game. I'm not, because there's no point talking about the game with stupid refereeing mistakes like that. Mokoena takes a shot. The ball clearly touches the defender's hand. Some people are saying it touched his hand, but he was on the floor. Listen, if you're going to give that silly hand in the face foul to Mo Salah, surely you have to give this one to make it even. This takes another 4 or 5 minutes. The ref gets sent to the screen again, and he actually makes the decision to not give the penalty to South Africa. And you know why I think that Egypt player was guilty? He went on the floor and started praying. He started thanking God. So he knew what he was doing. Nah, honestly, man, as much as I would love to talk about the game and as much as I would love to praise South Africa for playing beautiful football once again, they've got some gems in that squad, man. By the way, that number 10, people in the comments have been telling me about this number 10 guy, Mofokeng. He is silky. I would like to see more of him. Please, bring him on a bit more. But South Africa got robbed today, man. They got absolutely robbed. And I feel for them. I feel for them. If they don't qualify for the next round, which I don't think will happen, I think South Africa will qualify. But if they don't qualify, oh my God. But nevertheless, my South African Dons, keep your head.
South Africa have been robbed, guys. This is an absolute disgrace. A disgrace of the highest point. How do you deny such a clear penalty? Like, what are we even doing here, guys? VAR takes 5 minutes, more than 5 minutes. Like, what were they discussing? And they still get it wrong? I mean, CAF needs to answer this, guys. I mean, FIFA needs to step in and just investigate all the match officials today. This is in football. This is daylight robbery at its highest level. How is this not a penalty? How is this not a penalty, guys? I think South Africa deserves better, and this cannot go unpunished, guys. That's a penalty every single day, any time of the day. This is an absolute shame, embarrassing, and a disgrace to football.